release of Spider-Man Homecoming this weekend, I thought it would be time for me to do my spoiler review of it. Like I said, yes, spoiler review. If you want to check out my review without spoilers in it, that's down below. Check it out. You'll find out if you want to see the movie or not. But if you don't give a fuck about spoilers, I guess you can watch this. Or if you've seen the movie, you can watch this too. But let's get into it. The first thing I really do want to address that I didn't get to talk about in my damn actual review was the post-credit scenes. There's 2 of them, and if you missed them for any instance, I'm sorry, just go check out the movie again. But the first post-credit scene is obviously going to be at the start. It's in the middle of the credits, and it's Vulture and Scorpion. And Scorpion's played by Michael Mandino. Obviously, you don't get to see, I think it's Michael Mandino. Anyways, it's the guy from Better Call Saul. Fantastic actor. He plays Nacho in there. Great. Great casting for Scorpion as well, and I was very happy to see him in here, but obviously he doesn't get into the suit. We just get kind of like a little glimpse of him, and he's saying that he has some friends on the outside, and he asks Vulture, saying, you must know who he is. And obviously, since what happened in Spider-Man Homecoming, Vulture defends Spider-Man and says, if I knew who he was, I would have killed him. And that's a great setup, because it seems like we might be getting a Sinister Six, which I actually think would actually be a good jump-off point for the Avengers after Thanos' whole storyline. I think it'd be a good way to go in that route and say, you know, Sinister Six could be the next villain since they don't have Galactus in their route. I think it'd be a pretty damn good villain to put out there and say, you know what, this is who the Avengers should go up against next. Introduce some Spider-Man movies, then show them down later in the line with the Avengers. Pretty cool idea. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. That was a pretty cool little scene, but I think the second one was really funny. It's not one of my favorites, but it is really funny. And it's obviously through the film, you've seen the trailers, is the Captain America little infomercials that they have in school that they're watching. And you have Captain America walk on screen, he does his little thing like, oh, you must be so disappointed that you're just seeing me. And that was a really funny thing. It kind of reminded me of the Deadpool thing that they did at the end of those post-credits, but, you know, it wasn't bad. It gave her a really big laugh, and I remember in my audience, everyone just died laughing when they saw Captain America walk up, and everyone just laughed because they knew what was going to happen. It was such a great experience. But jumping off from there, we're going to go talk about some spoiler moments that I actually liked throughout the film. I'm probably not going to hit them all, so if I do miss any, feel free to comment down below. We can talk about it down there as well. But the first thing I do want to talk about is the big twist in the whole film, which is when Spider-Man, he's going up for his date for Homecoming and opens the door, Michael Keaton. Wow! That's the dad of the girl you're trying to go on a date with and you have a crush on. And I have to say that I really like the relationship between Peter and the girl in here. I like how they actually made her taller. It was actually kind of cute. But anyways, with that whole sequence, part of me felt like he was related somehow to this, because he always mentioned a family. I'm like, okay, there has to be an element to that. And for me, it did catch me off guard that that's how they were going to reveal it. It was a very great reveal. And I thought they did a good job. I think some people might find it too predictable, some might not, but I still really enjoy what they did with the reveal. How Peter was acting, that whole scene was fantastic. And, it takes Michael Keaton's Vulture, Adrian Toome, to kind of be like, he's starting to get on that this kid is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in every single location he's been in. When Spider-Man's there, he's not. So he's putting it together, and when he has the father-son talk in the car after the girl gets out, great tension-building moment there. Spider-Man's like, man, this is the girl of my dreams, but I'm freaked out because her dad is a killer. Well, not even a killer, he's a villain. He's a bad guy. And just seeing that whole momentum build up was great to see, and I thought that was one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie itself. Of course, when he does decide to leave Homecoming, and the Shocker beats the shit out of him, and then Ned comes in for the rescue with his little web shooter, helps him with that. But I like when Ned is one of the best parts of this whole film. Like I said in my earlier review, he's one of the best friends you want to have, and I loved seeing him in here when he was helping Spider-Man shoot, and then when he's on the computers, that was awesome. That scene when the teacher walked in, and you see Ned on the computers, he's like, what are you doing? He's like, watching porn. I lost it. I died. This movie had a lot of great comedic beats to it, and that is just one of the best ones. I do want to say Zendaya, I was a little disappointed in her character. I'm assuming we're gonna get more of her, but let's talk about the little Easter egg at the end when they said MJ. Now, is it just an Easter egg, or is she actually Mary Jane Watson? Who knows where we're going with that, but I liked her character in here. I just think we could have gotten a little bit more of her. I think they advertised her, and that was all the scenes we saw of her in the movie. But I like that little Easter egg. I think some people might not at all like it, but is it an Easter egg? Is it not? Who knows? I guess we'll have to see with the future of Spider-Man what it does. Another big topic I've seen a lot of people have been complaining about is Flash Thompson. I gotta say, I love the actor who plays him. He's from Dope, and he was fantastic in Dope. And seeing him in here, he has a minor role, but I think he did a good job playing Flash Thompson. I mean, he looks the age. He's a bully, and what are you gonna do? Yeah, he's different race. Who gives a fuck? It's 2017. Get over it. But I actually liked his character. I like how he was towards Peter. He wasn't a total bully. He was just more verbally, and I think it was more modern take on it, and I actually enjoyed that part. So let's mention the Marvel Universe stuff. How the film opens with Peter making his little short film was fucking awesome. I love that. Just, it's something that any kid would do if they were Spider-Man. I mean, getting to go fight Avengers, that is so damn cool. And it was a really clever idea, too, to bring and start the movie in. Plus, bringing Happy Hogan in was an added plus. I love Jon Favreau in here, and having him play off like having to watch Peter Parker for Tony, and then when Tony shows up, I was a little disappointed. I wish we would have seen a little bit more of Iron Man. He was obviously used for marketing purposes, but when he is showing up in there, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. does a great job. But I will say that last scene when he invites him to be an Avenger and everything like that, and then you see Pepper Potts walk out, and you're like, oh shit, she's actually in this. I love the suit they showed. I'm guessing that's the Iron Spider suit, which, fuck, I was actually really hoping he would have taken it, but I understand where the character arc went and everything, that he didn't want it. And I totally get that with the character itself, but for me, I wish we would have seen it. Maybe it'll be used in the Avengers. I will shit myself if I see it used in the Avengers. That was one of my favorite Spider-Man suits. But I like seeing Pepper in there, and then when she comes in, she's like, where'd the kid go? Oh, he doesn't want to be an Avenger. And they're like, Hogan, where's the ring? Throws in the ring, and then he's like, goes in there. Who knows what happens? Obviously from Civil War, it was a very darker tone with them, that she kind of was mad at him and stuff. Maybe they've fixed each other, maybe they haven't. Who really knows how they did that? But I'm assuming they probably fixed their differences. And I liked seeing Pepper Potts showed up. She was one of my favorite relationships that we've actually seen in the Marvel Universe. Not that I'm a fan of most relationships in these superhero movies, but I thought that one actually worked. The things I want to mention is the action scenes in here. I absolutely love the action scenes. That last plane one was fantastic in the homemade suit. I love seeing him fight in that. I thought the homemade suit was very cool, different as well, and I thought it was cool to see that, like, this is actually someone would have made little goggles, a little pajama suit. It was funny. And I like when he was swinging around the beginning of Spider-Man, you could tell he's just like, I don't fucking care about school. I don't fucking care about school. I don't fucking care about school. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Let's go kick some ass. And I love seeing that because, I mean, as a 15-year-old kid, that's what he would do if you were a superhero. You wouldn't want to be in school. You'd want to be saving the world. And I love that about the character that Tom Holland brought to this. And the action here was great. Some of the action, I love how they put comedic... I like how they put comedic things in there, where he took off the training wheel part for his suit and he could use more stuff, and he's like, no, don't even know how to use half this stuff. And they kind of got him in trouble, kind of didn't, but he was a really cool badass. I thought he had really good momentum, and I really just liked how he would swing around, and just the action here was very different from any other Spider-Man movies we've seen. So obviously not as visceral and gritty as a Sam Raimi one was, and it wasn't as all over the place and over the top as Mark Webb's were. It was kind of just right in the tone of a Marvel Universe one was, and I liked seeing that. It's kind of just something out of Civil War, and I enjoyed that a lot, and I'm excited to see what they do more with the characters' action scenes later on. Of course, the very last scene I do really want to talk about is how the movie ends. Usually we get a Spider-Man swinging around, all happy and stuff. No. Goes home, sees his bag on the table, it's his suit. He asks if his aunt's there, which, really, he's the fucking hottest aunt in the whole world, let's be honest. Even make jokes about that in the whole damn movie, and Marvel takes that to consideration, that she is the hottest aunt in the whole world. But, to be honest, with this whole part, when he comes in, gets his suit, she's not home, puts it on May, and she goes, what the f... And the movie ends. Perfect ending. I really love that ending. Great comedic element right at the end. Gets you smiling, gets you laughing, and just such a perfect way to end the movie. And leave it kind of on like an open-end cliffhanger where you're like, holy shit, what's she's gonna say now? And I love seeing that. It was a great combination with the dynamic between Peter and Aunt May earlier in the movie. It was great to see that as well. Would have liked to see a little bit more of that, but I'm sure we will with future sequels. But that is my Spider-Man Homecoming spoiler review. I still give it the same grade, A+. I think it is a fantastic movie. It is my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time, and I love Tom Holland overall. I think he's one of the best. I think he's the best portrayal of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Not giving any flack to Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I still really enjoy their portrayal of him. But Tom Holland really brought something different to this, and I enjoyed this movie a lot. What did you guys think of Tom Holland as Spider-Man? Comment down below and let me know. What did you guys think of Spider-Man Homecoming in general? I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Let's all talk about it. If I missed any spoilers, like I said, please comment down below and let's talk about them. If you want to bring up something else I already talked about and you want to go into further detail, of course, we'll talk about it down below. And of course, I am doing a Q&A soon. I think I'm going to try and film it this weekend. If not, it will be up by next week. So if you have any questions for that, feel free to comment down below with those questions. I'm an open-end book and can't wait to do that. This is obviously for me hitting 200 subscribers. And if you look now, I've already hit 250. So that makes me really happy you have done this. That I really am just appreciative of every person who watches these videos, and it makes me really happy. I love meeting new people and talking movies with everyone. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys like this and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new.